Halo guys, welcome back again di channel Nugi Game Show. Kali ini kita akan melanjutkan bermain Hogwarts Legacy. Let's go. Kita lanjut langsung ke in game-nya. Lama loadingnya. Let's go. Kita ke
This way.
in-game-nya.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Kemana kita, Pro?
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up. The guide appears to have some information for you about that painting of poor Barufio.
Mana, Pro?
Simply cast Revelio on it, and we'll see what the guide says.
Revelio.
Revelio. Portrait of Barufio. Didudukin anjir. Open field guide. Chillin. Okay. Revelio.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
Revelio.
Hello.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use blue flames to get around a bit quicker.
Blue
Your
flame.
field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Oh gitu. Oh. Mana tuh? Library. Perpus. Kita ke perpus. Berat nih game. Loadingnya lama karena belum pakai SSD untuk gamenya. Ya udahlah, lanjut.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These
Dari
stairs
sini.
lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from
Revelio.
Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Mana Prof? Ada Profesor Vic.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today.
Okay.
And I'd like to be sure you get to
Perang
Hogsmeade
buat.
as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class.
Okay.
You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging
you.
by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We
Jurela.
did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins, and I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I
Salah
presume
dong
Professor
gua.
Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
Oke. Sama-sama
Good luck
Profesor
today.
Weasley.
And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Oke.
Come and
Nanti
find
gue
me in my
laporin.
classroom after you've attended both classes today,
Laporin
and
progresnya.
I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Thank you, Mr. Weasley.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you.
To see
I
you.
was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Sorry, salah gua. Oh, ini ada.
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Oke.
Good. Now,
Mengerti.
as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Oke. Kalau unlock, untuk lock, new spell and quest. Levioso. Ini dulu nih. Akio.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for
Thank
supplies,
you,
including your
Mr.
own
Fick.
wand. You'll
Professor
enjoy
Fick.
Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Revelio.
This cannot possibly be as difficult as it seems.
Ini apaan? Belas 21. Gimana ya? Taruh dulu.
Revelio. Lumos.
Di atas cuy. Loading.
Revelio.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind
Yuk kita belajar dulu, belajar.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Akio.
Akio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here.
Kita akan belajar.
Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Thank you, mister. Butuh SSD.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Apaan lagi nih?
So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment.
Accio!
Now, think of this like... Splendid! Excellent control there.
Wah,
Not to worry.
jatuh. Terlalu pede.
Very good. Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition.
Okay.
Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Kita lawan si
You'll be
Onai.
the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Oke,
Yes, sir.
gue biru.
Here we go.
Uh, 50 coy.
That is how it's done.
Accio!
Masuk 50.
Splendid! started.
Watch
Ah,
this.
30. Kurang dikit. Wih, 50 juga. Gue jatuhin. Gue aduin. Aduh, nggak jatuh.
Be sharp.
Dorongnya gue. Gocap juga gue, anjir.
Accio.
Gocapnya lu.
A perfect score.
Aduh.
Remarkable.
Nggak jatuh lagi. Jatuh menang tuh gua.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
Sama online.
There we go.
Accio.
Excellent control there.
Watch this.
Tambahin lagi. Tambahin
That
lagi.
is how it's done. Quite
Kocap semua.
impressive. Here we go.
Ah, kenal. Kocap lagi.
Accio.
Kocap semua.
2 perfect rounds. You're a natural. Very good, both of you. Well done.
Kita bekerja sama untuk perfect score. Ya.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
A tight game. It turns out we were evenly matched.
Oke,
Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio.
kita
Took
akan
weeks for
bertarung
me
lagi.
to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
Oke. That's
You can cast
incredible.
spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more
Wandless magic.
instinctive. Not to mention quite
Keren.
convenient if one
Nggak
is without
pakai
a
tongkat.
wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Thank you.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at
Wagadu.
Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can
A
use
word,
heal on
if you
humans,
would.
if you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? And what a close match between you and Miss Onai. Invigorating.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Okay. Thank you, Professor.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Ke atas. Ke atasnya gimana? Salah. Sama aja sih. Levioso map. Ini deket ya. Kita fast travel. Ya, not bad, bagus nih. Cuma kayaknya akan menjadi gameplay atau perjalanan yang panjang nih. Lompat bisa nggak?
Made the mistake.
Dark art.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No?
Itu.
One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso. Yes. Tes. Nah,
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
yuk kita coba.
Let us begin with the basic cast.
Pasang dulu, boy.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise story.
So,
Now, the basic. Well done.
Levioso.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a
Okay.
proper Hogwarts
kita
one.
duel.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso. This should be easy. Potato. Potato. Complicates things. Levioso. This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do enjoy life duels.
Levioso.
If only all my students were this adept. Try to anticipate your opponent's next move.
Not
Gato.
bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Thank you.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Heckert. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood,
Okay.
Professor.
Thank you
So,
infonya.
I'd advise you to keep
Professor.
practicing whenever you can.
Tiket.
Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class
Halo,
is just...
Sebastian.
Nice work.
Kita ngobrol dulu.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then.
Okay.
Whether it's joining a secret
Nanti gue
dueling
pertimbangkan.
club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Ya nanti gue kesono.
Till next
Thank
time.
you.
Revelio.
Mana kotaknya? Di atas. Ada. Halo. Ini dulu nih. Entar aja dulu ya. Wisli dulu dah. Yang itu nggak terlalu penting. Here. Oh salah, belum banyak. Keren.
Revelio.
Oh, bisa main kucing. Oh bisa. Dia menggeram. Terlalu. Tunggu nyalain.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Dick.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near, what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm
Kita
eager to
pergi.
get to Hogsmeade.
Very well.
Hogsmeade.
I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Mas Bastiane lah.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste.
Okay.
The sooner you complete your work,
Thank
the
you.
sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.